Alright, ladies and gentlemen, well that worked out very, very, very nicely. The song ended right as the game started, so I figured, hey, why let chat go, oh my god, please, move overlay, full screen game, please, and just get things started anyway. Dragondrop, welcome back, man.
10 seconds.
It's as if you planned it, man.
It is. I spoke to the Black Keys and said, hey, you know that song you're going to release called Fever? Can you make it exactly this long so that on November 25th, when Pain vs. Root is going on, we can time it perfectly? And they were like, you know what, sure, for Dota. And I was like, thanks, guys. Didn't really happen. Anyways, back into the game as your Pain fanboys are holding tight to their rares. Anybody who YOLO bet on Root, because I honestly don't think there's that many Root fanboys out there. There may be, and that's great if there are. I'm really excited about that, but
Reserve time.
there are more YOLO boys that are sitting pretty happy right now, to be honest.
USA cutie chanting because Root is on a good way. I mean, they've been looking
USA.
very good in the last game. Pain did as well. So I'm really curious if they want to ban out the Meepo here, or if not, if Root wants to pick it again. I mean, Ink has been performing super great on this hero. I mean, we said in the last game he had played it like 95% in pubs or something. So yeah, you can expect him to be well versed in the odds of the Meepo, and yeah, if you have a team against you that isn't necessarily used to playing against him, then that can really work out. And Pain didn't shut him down early enough. I mean, they killed him a couple of times, but that was not before he got a Zagnum Scepter.
Yep.
So he was still able to maintain that ridiculous farming rate he was just soaring to heights unbeknownst to the heroes of Pain Gaming, just in terms of net worth and experience. Just what a Meepo does, especially also with the lower death timer from his ultimate. Also coming into play, just being able to get back into the action earlier, farm the entire map earlier, other than other heroes, and yeah. And yeah, as I said, they did pick up Meepo a couple of times, but at the same time, Void was farming as well, so those two staples were all that Root needed to really hurt Pain Gaming and take a game 1 win.
Reserve time.
Yeah, I'm trying to, real quick, just put the pro player name if available. Okay. I was just making sure that the update didn't contain anything. Apparently there is a pretty big, or a pretty small, rather, Dota update coming out, but no big deal. Of course, guys, appreciate the support you guys are giving us out here. If you're enjoying the casting, make sure you check out SP Revolution 5 and Dragondrop Dota on Twitter. If you're not enjoying the casting, please tell us why. Not just, yeah, I don't like your voice. Well, I'm really sorry that you don't like my voice, but guess what? I'm casting this. You aren't. I'm sorry. Get over it. Pain Gaming, though, going with some familiar-looking picks, we could say. Dragondrop.
Is this the last game? Yes, it is. Except Pain Gaming do take the Faceless Void and Eventual Spirit this time around. Root Gaming does get a Scarab Mage first pick, though. And Meepo hasn't been banned yet, so they'll probably think about it, but they do get the Raze instead, so pretty stock standard lineup here. A lot of you can do with Skyroth Razor throughout all stages of the game, really.
The problem is, when you ban out a Meepo first, it's like, well, he's so simply countered most of the time, especially with a team that has good coordination. And I think we still saw good coordination from Pain. I just felt like you can't say, well, Pain threw the game so hard. They didn't have much late game. They never expected to make it that far, you know?
Yeah.
So they'll ban out the Jakiro now. I think that's definitely a solid ban at the moment. He's a very popular hero in the support, offlane, core, mid lane farmer, jungle only, sit in the fountain till level 6 role. Any role you can put him in, you know?
Yeah. Pretty much.
5 seconds remaining.
Didn't fully listen to you there, so I'm sorry, but...
Oh, no, you just missed a couple made-up roles, like the sit in jungle, or sit in fountain until level 6 role, which is clearly real, you know? They actually... Whoa! They ban out the Earthshaker. They pick up the Elder Titan, though, and I feel like Meepo does pretty well against... Or, Elder Titan does pretty well against Meepo, rather. The only thing
yeah,
is...
just because of the big area of denial that the Elder Titan gives. I mean, just kind of restricts the Meepo's movement. and all it takes is just one meepo called out, and then you can still follow that up with single target burst damage. They don't have a whole lot of that just now, but they do have some good minus armor from Vengeful Spirit. Faceless Void can hit pretty hard, so Elder Titan just synergizes with pretty much all lineups like that. Be it single target, be it team fight, just makes everyone else just so much better just because of his natural aura, or natural order aura, and his area of denial spells, being able to shape team fights the way he wants them to be. So, nice pick, always great to see.
Yeah, he's a fun hero to cast too, and I gotta admit, while everyone's like, I'm so sick of Faceless Void, I'm so sick of Faceless Void, I'm like, yeah, 5-man Chronospheres all day. Okay, cool. He's not fun to play against, but to watch, he's pretty fun, in my opinion, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, especially with the way Faceless Void is being played nowadays. I mean, he kind of was one of these late game farmers, AFK, 30 minutes, jungling, whatever Faceless Void did.
Yeah.
Like an anti-mage was as well. But that was quite a while ago. Haven't seen that in a long time, so more often than not we do see the fighting Faceless Void, even in the offlane, just utilizing the chrono with a lot of help from their teammates, which is very exciting to see, of course.
Yeah, and Root actually going to pick up the Legion Commander. It's kind of like, well, the tables have turned this match. I don't know how it's going to go. Root do have first pick this time, though, so they will actually have the advantage of being able to pick Meepo last if they want.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, they might just be looking for another kind of lineup. I mean,
definitely.
they don't really need the Meepo here, I don't think. They already have very good heroes. The Legion Commander together with the Scar of Mage is a really great combination to have. Razor as well, a great hero in and of itself, can really help out with the pushes later on once he gets his Aghanim Scepter and even a refresher. Yeah, it can just utilize another support and maybe a decent offlaner like a Centaur or someone that can help you out with stuns, because that's what Root Gaming is lacking right now.
Yeah, definitely. The only real stun they have, of course, is the Legion Duel, which isn't something you need to use in every situation, of course, because if Legion's on low health, you definitely don't want to use it.
Yeah, it's very strong lockdown, but it's not exactly a stun.
Yeah.
Because you also disable yourself, essentially.
Yeah, you
So
can
it's a
still
little bit
right-click,
special.
but you can only right-click one thing. You, of course, can't cast any spells, can't heal yourself with your heal, which you might want to do in most situations. I mean, it's a very good ability to use.
Getting plus life points is good, guys.
Big shock, I know. Waiting on the next pick from Pain here, and I think they're trying to think, because they saw the strength of the Meepo, and I would say that's definitely a factor in their draft. They'll pick up the puck, probably for King RD, although it could be played by ADR. They both played it in the past quite a bit, since both have played safe lane carry, mid lane, etc. Even off lane, except for ADR hasn't had as much experience as GRD has in the off lane.
Yeah.
But I definitely think it's a solid pick.
It seems like Pain is taking Root's draft from last game and just putting their own touch on it with the Elder Titan so far.
Yeah, and Elder
Seems like
Titan
something
Puck is
they
a
did.
strong combo.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. As I said earlier, Elder Titan is a good combo with most heroes.
Yeah.
And you have the
Ooh.
okay.
Well.
You have the AoE damage from the puck that's being amplified. You have the coil to set up for a nice Earth Splitter or a Stomp or both. You have the synergy with the Vengeful Spirit with extra minus armor and everything. All the good jazz that you can do with the Elder Titan together with anyone on the rest of your team. The Axe is gonna look to say no to Puck though, so really looking forward to that. It's a little bit greedy here, picking up the Axe as well as the Legion Commander. That really puts a lot of pressure on them to execute early. And Puck is very elusive, so is the Faceless Void with the Time Walk. Vengeful Spirit can be an easy target if she overcommits, if she's out of position. So can the Elder Titan if he doesn't go for an early level and Stomp. So it's an okay game, but for Axe and Legion, but I don't know.
I like the Axe. We've seen it out of your boy JC before. and he plays it well, I don't know. You can't backtrack a Culling Blade, that's for sure, but
10 seconds remaining.
they have the tools to deal with Axe, in my opinion.
5 seconds
Because
remaining.
it can just lock him down with Elder Titan's Stomp if they can get one off, and then just ignore him and just say, hey, Axe is in the fight. Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Now, Smash in the chat here is saying last pick Ember on Pain. I actually like that idea. They're going to ban out the Viper on Root, and I think that's a good idea.
Team pick.
I don't know against the Axe, though.
I wouldn't know about an Ember simply because there's a Scarab Mage. Would be a very chancy pick in my opinion. Because if you silence up the Ember and then have Axe or Legion Commander or Razor or anyone really in the general vicinity, then that Ember's gonna die pretty damn quickly. Because
Yeah.
there's a lot of physical damage in all these three heroes.
And they don't have a lot of time to think about it either. They've only got 9 seconds-ish left here. Make that 5 or 6, something like that. It's gonna be a oh god.
Radiant team pick.
I am not liking this lineup. I'm just not a big fan of Venomancer in general, but with someone like Elder Titan on the team, in general, you're not going to want to do that. But the upside of Venomancer is if Axe is going to dunk him, and he already got his ult off, okay. So I'm still doing damage. It's a useful hero in the fight. It's all going to depend on the last pick from Root Gaming. Can they pick the Meepo here, Dragondrop?
I don't think so. They need more lock. Okay,
Okay.
never mind.
I like this. It's kind of a 1-2
Yeah, it's-
punch with Zeus ult, Axe ult.
Yeah.
It's a
That's
greedy
a lot
lineup,
of,
though.
lot of aggression here. Very greedy, but a lot of potential there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's extra bit of burst damage from Zeus might be just what they need to bring down targets low enough for the Axe to dunk him or for Legion Commander to finish up a duel. And you have that support from all across the map as well. And especially up against these squishy types of heroes like the Vengeful Spirits or the Venomancer or even the Elder Titan, not exactly the tankiest throughout all stages of the game. I mean, you can build tanky later on with a lot of armor, but that's still not going to protect you against the magic damage. So. I like the take, but yeah, the greediness stems from the lack of really good, reliable lockdown. They have a slow from the Scarab, they have silence, of course. Apart from that Legion Commander duel, we have talked about that already, and the X call is pretty good, but it's not always easy to land. And then you have the mini stun from the Zeus, which is nice to have just to cancel TPs. True Sight is also something that may come into play. It's coming from the Lightning Bolt just to de-ward.
Yeah.
Also effectively. So they can make this lineup work. It really depends on whether Pain can get the levels up quickly enough. I mean, if Venomancer can keep up in terms of levels, gets his level 2 poison over at a decent amount of time, then can create some problems for Root here. Unless they tank up really quickly with a bunch of braces. Yeah, there's a couple of ways this game can go.
Yeah, I don't really like the draft from either team, I'm going to be honest. Root doesn't have too much late game. Razor's okay, but I don't think he's amazing by any means. And Pain, if it goes late game, they win, but I don't know what their plan is mid game.
Wouldn't necessarily say that. I mean, if you really look at it, all you really have is the Faceless Void, and Elder Titan can, of course, extend that a little bit, but at some point all the rest of the heroes will fall off. Vengeful Spirit, I mean, you can say that she can be a carry, a hard right clicker, but she's always going to be squishy as hell.
Yeah.
And all that's left is the Faceless Void, and you can't forget that lockdown that we talk about on the side of Root that is there, does go through BKB, so that's not going to protect him.
Yeah.
So, if he only has the Chronosphere to play with in terms of being able to actually deal damage without dying, then it's not going to be enough in the late game when everyone's tanked up. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily say that Pain has the late game in the bag.
Let's go ahead and run through our lineups, though. I'll start with Pain Gaming. We got King RD on the mid lane Venomancer, supported by Sono on the Elder Titan. Up top, we'll have Baga supporting ADR. He'll be on the Vengeful Spirit. ADR will be on your Faceless Void. And Grint XD, who just disconnected from the game, will be bot lane on the Puck.
Opposing the Puck will be Ink on the Razor here in the safe lane for the Radiant side. Yoik is going to be supporting him on a Scar of Mage, looking to make a stack and or a pull next, it seems. Your boy JC taken to the jungle with that stout shield of his, so he's gonna be showing these creeps who's boss.
Whoa,
It leaves the middle lane for Chicken MC playing the Zeus, and top lane, the off lane, for the big bad bird on the Legion Commander. Looks like he's gonna be wrapped around by Baga here pretty early.
Yeah, I am just taking a quick look at Ink's Dota buff here. And while we can say, well, yeah, he's played 948 games as Meepo, he also has a 61% win rate overall. I mean, it looks like the profile of a 6K player right away.
If he wasn't a good player, he wouldn't be in this position right now. So
Yeah.
I have complete confidence in Ing to be able to play a good Razor here.
The one problem is that he's only played 5 games as Razor.
Oh no,
40%
GG.
win rate in pubs. I mean, it's not
That's a
saying
loss.
much, but I'm just iffy on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
Really weird Dota buff.
But
to
then
look at
again,
with all these
Razor's
unplayed
not
players.
the hardest hero to play if you have a little bit of an understanding. I mean, you just gotta know your boundaries in terms of being able, in terms of knowing what kind of damage you can tank and what you can't. And then you just build treads or phase boots, maybe drums, and then axe refresher. Right click, press W, press Q every once in a while, and then it's a pretty straightforward hero.
Yeah.
So it's not a whole lot of finesse, at least in comparison to someone like Meepo, whose skill cap is arguably much higher.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd like to see that the player has experience before just slapping him on the hero. But I do know, we can say your boy JC plays an amazing axe. And this is where I'm really scared for Pain Gaming. Keep in mind, the loser of this series drops out of the tournament.
Yeah, it's actually something that we've neglected to say in the last game, I believe. That's actually the loser's bracket, so if you're out, you're out. Pain only 1 game away from elimination. Root is 2 games away, or 1 game away from advancing, so definitely a lot on the line here. There's a $5,000 prize pool for this entire tournament.
Yep.
If you win here, then... I mean, there's still a couple of tough opponents left. Like Complexity, Wheel, these types of teams that
Yeah.
will see something of today as well, I believe.
But our South American hopes rest on pretty much Pain, Rebeldes, and Not Today. Which Rebeldes and Not Today are facing later on tonight. We're going to see your boy JC get met by Sono in the jungle. And Sono's just like, I really just don't care to touch you right now. I don't want to get spun on. So, I'm not going to worry about it. And, I mean, Axe, it's a bit of a greedy pick. Grint in this offlane, though, is going to get harassed out. I'm really concerned about Pain's decision-making, though, to send King RD into the mid lane against Zeus and Puck into the off lane. I honestly don't feel like King RD's Veno is that great.
Yeah, I mean, Venomancer in general up against a Zeus is gonna have a hard time. I mean, there's some heroes that a Venomancer can do nicely against,
Uh-oh.
just because
Sono
he's able
comes
to
in here.
poison things.
He actually gets harassed out by an Arcane Bolt. Only level 1 up on your boy JC right now. Actually level 2, but he hasn't skilled anything else up yet. So, you're grabbing Invis Rune. Just head away here. Just trying to sap some XP. Doesn't want to crowd up the lane, but wants to be here in case Chicken MC gets really aggressive. Meanwhile, King RD, though, he's going to be bottle crowing back to base shortly, I believe. Yep.
Yeah, you need to do a lot of that because...
That's not a shag bark, by the way. What the...
I mean, up against a Zeus, Zeus has so much constant magic damage just from the Arc Lightning. Oh, crap.
But ADR, he does secure the first blood up top. We should have seen that coming. That is not only my fault, but also Dragondrop's in a bit, because judging by your response, I assume you didn't notice it. There's a
I
dive
know
in
what he
here
was
deep.
doing there, honestly.
Yeah, not one of those spots on the map you look at,
Yeah.
to be honest. And meanwhile, a little bit of engagement. Bot, Sono will throw out the Spirit. Your boy JC only with 1 skill point used already. Joy gonna get harassed out a bit. And your JC, he's holding on to the 2nd skill point for a while.
Yeah, wants to decide whether he needs a call or whether he sees a good opportunity for that or whether he can just use a Battle Hunger to harass someone out.
I mean,
But he'll have level 3 soon enough, so.
both are really good options. Maybe he wants to keep that going here. Big Bad Bird probably going to get taken down again. He's taking a lot of damage. He will heal up, though. But an Orb of Venom picked up by ADR here. It's going to help him keep that Legion Commander in check. And I do really like ADR back in the safe lane this game. I felt like last game he didn't really show his strengths off on the Death Prophet. Like, sure, it's a good hero, but it's not that ADR hard farmer that we know, you know?
Yeah. Scarab Mage are gonna get picked off. I mean, this Elder Titan is proving to be quite a nuisance, and Grant as well. Seeing it at level 4 now, 4.5 give or take.
Yeah.
After the kill that they found, so he's making it work, right? I mean, all the mid lane maybe not so favorably here for King RD, but Puck is miraculously making the work here.
And another crash, I'm assuming, coming out from Sona. King RD did mention they were having some issues. And now he's like, well, seriously, they're having some issues. Oh, Chicken MC.
Okay, Dota 2 crashed. Yes, it does that sometimes. A little bit unfortunate, but he should be back soon enough. Axe with a double damage rune, so that's gonna help him in the on the jungle front. The problem for him is that he hasn't been able to focus as much on jungle as he really wants to. When he went for 2 points up into the battle hunger just because of Sono here, I would say. Because he's been doing nothing but just annoying Axe in the jungle just by being there, but just by sapping XP. And throwing out spirits every once in a while, so...
Yeah.
I mean, he's now harassing him out as Sono's also out regen, so it does help him now to have these 2 early points in the battle hunger. I mean, sometimes we see Axes just forgo that in favor of Berserker's Call and Counter Helix. Well, I guess in this case it's really useful. I mean, if Sono doesn't get XP down there, then he's essentially gonna be delaying his own impact later on in the game if he's low on levels.
Yeah. Sorry for my giggling in the background there, Dragondrop. I was just laughing at our all chat where Grint said something in Portuguese and Big Bad Bird was just like, yeah, I feel the same.
Yeah, I can read Portuguese and sometimes I'm really happy about that.
Yeah.
I don't really want to know what they talk about. But yeah.
Whoa, whoa, longest range astral spirit in the world.
He wants to see the world.
It's the prodigal astral spirit here, headed back home to Daddy.
Big Bad Bird. Barga's looking for him once again. Doesn't have too much health or mana, and there's gonna be stun coming out. ADR is here. Minus armor comes out as well. There's a Time Walker available, and he will use it, so...
He's diving tower, and he doesn't even have backtrack. ADR has no fear right now, because he knows how weak the Big Bad Bird is at the moment, and he's not gonna let him get ahead of him.
Yeah. Payne is doing a good job just shutting down Legion Commander up here, and Legion Commander is not a hero that you can just say, alright, bad offlane, whatever. We'll make it work anyway, because if you pick a Legion Commander, you kind of rely on her to be able to, for one, get the levels. I mean, she's level 5 right now, so not the worst, but also have at least some amount of farm to go with that. Maybe even just a Blade Mail, ideally a Blink Dagger at a decent time. So you can really set up those duels that you can then use to gain damage to be relevant in the late game. If you don't have that progression, then it's going to be progressively harder to pull that off and, as I said, still be relevant without that.
Yeah, Payne definitely need to win this game, if not another, and another, to be able to secure their victory, or their spot still in the Battle of America. They are sitting at about 1,000 gold lead. 250 experience actually going the way of Root. And Root, they have that comeback potential. Chicken MC does have his ult up. And he's going to be picking up a bottle from the courier, as well as some wards here. They will find a bounty for Vino, and the Big Bad Bird just going to head back home for now. I think they spotted him with the ward, but they didn't feel they could go on him, so...
Yeah, Chicken MC just farming up here. Soul's King RD though. I mean, with the extra points up into the wards, that means he can now spam those a little bit more. And doesn't have to stay close to the Zeus. But there we go. Your boy JC found himself a haste rune, so that King RD does not have a call though. So
and he doesn't have an ult.
Whoa, never mind.
They will take down Vino though, but Big Bad Bird gets stunned up. Baga on the run here, but there's still that haste up on Axe, who now has a call and a bottle as well. BoA's going ahead and buying out. He knows he's dead here. Throws the stun, but he's dead anyway.
Yeah.
11 damage left. Tango's not powerful enough. Please fix. Razor, meanwhile, actually finds a kill on Grint in the bot lane as well. So, double kill for your boy JC.
Just when you thought it was going good for Pain, then Wu just pulls a couple of good kills out of the hat. On the back of that haste run, I didn't even see that, didn't watch the bottom rune there. But your boy JC making the most of it, getting 2 kills there. Despite a really good stomp as well from Sono.
Yeah, and
There we go again, King RD. No haste rune this time around.
There's a stomp out from Elder Titan, but we're going to keep focused on King RD here, who gets dueled up. There's a leap in from Void and a Chronosphere as well. There's a Zeus ult out, but actually, Big Bad Bird going to be the one to fall. Your boy JC taking fire from ADR. A TP paying off in 2 kills for the Void here. And this is why you can't give ADR like a hyper carry like this. He's also doing all of this with no backtrack. He doesn't care. Like, okay, cool, I can dodge damage. Why would I need to do that when they're dead before they can deal any damage to me?
Yeah. There's a lot of sense in that. I mean, with that kind of build, he does have max level and time lock. There's a lot of bonus damage, a lot of chance to actually proc that. And of course it does even more damage when it's in Chronosphere. So that was a great Chrono as well, just saving King ID, getting 2 kills on the back of that. Denying one of the duels. So yeah, momentum for Roots, turned around on the spot. Looks like a good game, Revo.
Yeah, it's turning around a lot here. I'm interested in the Midas picked up by King RD, especially being before boots and coming in at about 8.5 minutes. I mean, sure, it secures your Ags, but you're already in a farming role, so you're probably going to, hopefully at least, get that Ags anyway.
Yeah, the problem with Venomancer on a farming role is that it's very, very susceptible to ganks, and hence very easy to shut down. So if you manage to make the space or get the farm for Midas, then it's a good item to pick up simply because you're a little bit, you kind of secure your progression a little bit easier than just being in the farming role. I mean, as a Venomancer, especially with an Axe and a Legion Commander on the enemy team, who will build Blink Daggers eventually, and just blink on your face and kill you instantly most of the time. If there isn't a lucky or very good player from ADR.
And this is an awkward time to disconnect for Sono. Yeah, Joy's even sad about it. I think Pain will do the honorable thing, though, and just say, hey, you know what, you earned it. I don't see much of a way out of this, though. They might be able to pull off a stomp here. Your boy JC doesn't have a blink. And his call is actually on cooldown for 4 more seconds.
Well, let's see. Ink just started the damage train. So Sono could get a stomp off. It's on level 1, so it sleeps for 2 seconds. Does not have a teleport scroll, so it'll have to walk away. Don't think he can walk away enough. And yeah, walking away also means that the plasma field, which is level 4, does even more damage. So
yeah,
that'll do a lot, and Ink should still be able to get 1 or 2 right clicks in.
Oh.
Axe can come into,
Well, okay. Let me just point this out. It's like, I won't kill him. Pain can go, okay. But your boy JC is nearby. He didn't say a word about this. At least the votes are made public. And if Sunder comes back and he says, OMG!
Oh, what's happening?
And then JC just says, go.
That'd be very noble of him.
And then, of course, Grant with the Portuguese, and Big Bad Bird once again agrees. The stomp comes out, but yeah, they're just gonna both do the honorable thing and just say, okay, let's not use this tactically in any way. I don't think Sono would have been able to secure a kill there, but props to Root for that. And actually, Joik and BoA are gonna meet each other here in the secret shop and not really realize that ADR coming in. He does get silenced up, but that won't stop the bashes. As actually, I believe that is a Mask of Madness. Up for the Faceless Void, yep, and a Sage's Mask for the Elder Titan, who is actually taking a good chunk of damage there. I believe that was Plasma Field.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah. Looks like Pain does not want to let up here. Grant and Barg are kind of camping up here on the high ground. They have a ward that spots out the movements here.
Zeus actually managing to pick off the Elder Titan. Yeah, they knew he was low enough on health.
Nice.
And I think that's a kill that's permissible for me to miss, you know? Let's just follow the low health Elder Titan all the way back to base. Venomancer, though, managing to take down the tower, and this is where Pain's lineup really takes hold. If they can take away map control from Root, and get it where Legion and Axe do not feel safe going in, despite their natural tankiness, they can do a lot this game to really just get ADR fat and get him happy. And speaking of ADR, he's going to go after Ink on the bot lane, who will get stomped down. Sono finding himself a kill at this point.
Yeah, he does buy out though, so that'll be his complete mechanism still available for him once he respawns. Not the worst, but also not the best, obviously, since you do want to stay ahead as a Razor as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, if Pain can take away the map control, then it's going to be harder for Root to pick up the Blink Daggers. I mean, Axe is reasonably close to it right now, but Legion Commander, not so much. Just finish the threads now. Obviously, the Big Bad Bird has been shut down quite a bit, but he's looking for a duel here on King ID if he gets it. Oh, the coil misses! But King ID a little bit too fast here.
Yeah. Just those brown boots actually give him a great amount of movement speed, combined with the slows that he's able to push out from himself. I mean, a little movement speed kind of goes a long way on that. Chicken MC, though, he does have an ult up, and King RD needs to get into the fountain right now, or he could actually be Zeus meat. He's faking it. Oh, King RD, run! Is he going to make it?
25 damage, yeah.
He's going to live, yeah. Because with the 25% magic resist, we would be... He'd need to be at least 175-ish or lower. I think a little lower, actually.
I didn't want to do the math just now, so thanks for taking that over. Oh, they do spot out the Faceless Void here with a haste rune. Can they kill him? That's the next question. It's gonna be silenced up. There's no ultimate though for Scar of Mage. So that duel is not gonna be successful, but at least it was.
And yours just like, see ya. He wasn't about to fight
was
too
level
there.
6, that Void would have been dead. For sure.
Yeah. 7 to 5 here. In terms of net worth, we've got a 1,500 gold lead for Pain. XP is sitting about even a little bit in favor of Root, but not enough to really shake a stick at. Not even sure what I mean by that, honestly. It's just an expression.
Shaking sticks, man.
Yeah.
Who doesn't?
That's some good old North Kakalaki, right?
What?
Back where I come from, they say shaking the stick all... Okay, never mind.
Oh, God.
Grant getting jumped on...
Your boy JC. Oh, God.
He almost got dunked on, but there was a silence out on your boy JC. Unfortunately, though, that won't stop Legion from thrusting out the overwhelming odds. And I mean, the odds weren't exactly in Legion's favor with only one hero, but in the meantime... Better odds for Pain on the mid fight. We've got Chicken MC going down to the Void. He'll buy back right now. Ult is not up, mind you. And actually, only the Puck is dead at the moment. Veno does go down to Legion, though. Baga going down to Ink as well. 8 to 8 now. The odds now against him. ADR on the run, though. And actually making Baga-level escapes from last game happen once again.
Leap of faith across the chasm. Well, ensure that he survives, so yeah. Still pretty good play for Root. I mean, Axe was coming in, getting a call on 2. Pretty good. And then Legion Commander grabbing another kill with a well-placed overwhelming odds on the fleeing Venomancer there. And that brings him closer and closer to his Blink Dagger, which he wasn't at all close to just 2 minutes ago. So I think that's a really good division of resources there.
Yeah.
Between them right now. I mean, X has a Blink Dagger, so he's fine for now. Next one on the list is the Blink on Legion Commander.
Yeah, and they definitely need that to be able to initiate. Legion's already shown off some of her power in these team fights. Hasn't been able to win a duel just yet, but there's time for that. At least she hasn't lost any, you know?
Yep.
The only question
I'm
is...
sticking though, but
Yeah.
Scarif Mage is level 6 now, so
That
once the
should
Blink
secure
is
a few duels
yeah, that
pretty
should secure a
easily.
lot of duels.
I actually get the stomp off on Chicken MC. Zeus ult is up though. Pain are being a little hesitant to engage here, but they do have ADR forming up in the jungle. Sitting on his Mask of Madness and 600 extra gold. I'm hoping there's something on the courier here. Yeah, there is actually a Mithril Hammer. Okay, so he's not as far behind as he seems at the moment. Zeus does get a deny off on the tower, and they're actually going to jump on the big bad bird there. That'll be a Maelstrom recipe up for ADR, and he's about 30 gold away from that Maelstrom right now. So one more creep will do the job here, pretty much.
Yeah, that's the thing that's going to be a little bit scary for Root. I mean, they've played the Face of Void in the last game, so they know what he can do
Yeah.
if he gets out of control, and he's well on the way there with 7,400.
He's one of those carries that really can come online relatively early, and if he's given any space on the map, he's going to be able to farm. Meanwhile, there's Sono getting jumped on by Axe. Does, I believe, get dunked on. I'm not sure if the dunk actually got the kill or not. Actually, it didn't because they're being move speed buff, but...
Well, the animation was there, and that's all we're really
Yeah.
looking for, right? York is in a little bit of a pickle here. Grant does have a card if he wants to spend it.
They'll actually not even need it, though. That's Puck. I believe finds him with a right-click attack, and that will be something coming out to Puck. It's just a TP, though. Grant is quite a far bit behind on farm, but meanwhile, someone who's not behind at all, ADR, taking down the Razor. He actually will fall to Zeus's ult there, but they wanted Razor to survive through that fight for sure, because if he's alive and Void's dead, that's more farm that Razor's getting, of course. So, really like it right now. Excuse me.
Yeah, as I said earlier, they do want the Razor to stay ahead, and he's okay right now, sitting on top of his team's net worth at the very least. And Venomancer, of course, with the Midas up and running, does have Blink Dagger as well. But right now, that net worth on Venomancer is sort of dead weight. I mean, he can still jump in with the Blink Dagger and throw the level 2 poison over now, so that's decent. But the Midas isn't doing a whole lot for him. So if they can kill him, if they get the jump on King RD instead of the other way around, if they lock him down before he can get his ultimate off, I mean, a duel is enough at this point to bring him down, even if Legion Command is alone, I would say. Maybe not a lot. Maybe not, but yeah, with just a little bit of help, should be able to bring down the Venomancer quite quickly with that. Once again, unless there's a Chronosphere, unless there's a Stomp, anything of the sort. And yeah, if you don't get the ultimate off on the Venomancer, then
You're going to be in big trouble, basically. Yeah. He's got his Blink now. He's working on that mechanism, and eventually that mech will help him tank up. The Ags that he will probably eventually pick up will help him tank as well. And they've got their sights set on this bot tower. It hasn't taken a scratch of damage just yet, but they do have a siege creep. They've got most of the team here, aside from ADR and Grint at the moment, who are both trying to get some more levels up. Grint working on his Blink, ADR working on either Mjolnir, BKB. I don't think BKB is, well, it's one of those awkward games where it's like, well, they have stuns, but their stuns go through BKB, so it won't save me. But they also have Zeus and Skywrath, so to keep yourself alive, you might really need those. They do lose the bot tower on the side of Pain, but they're going to be able to take the bottom tower, or the top tower, excuse me, and they'll take the bot tower in return. And your boy JC working on a pipe now, after his Blink.
Who X? Yeah, okay. Maybe he just wants to hold on to the Hood of Defiance for the time being.
Against Puck, though, a pipe is very good. And against Minnow, that's what I'm not thinking of here.
Wouldn't hate it either way.
We actually have King RD sitting only about 100 gold from the mech.
Well, you can just feel Root's willingness to engage here. He will find a stack here, so he'll take that.
Yeah.
But they won't find a kill up here. They do have an aggressive ward down, so they do see King RD if they really want to go for him.
Yeah. I do feel like Pain just says, hey, we've got better late game in the Void. Let's sit back. Vino can help us push and just help them be afraid of a team fight more. Like, sure, if we lose Vino, whatever, he can still get kills with his... Not with his ult, but you know what I mean. And they just want to play passively at the moment.
I they want to continue to do that after getting the Roshan, then this Aegis will definitely secure that plan. Alternatively, of course, can also use that to play a little bit more aggressively. And look at him melt, even without a medallion here.
Yeah.
Just the minus armor from the Wave of Terror, enough to bring down Roshan, together with the good right click here from Faceless Void.
Yeah, AR has a ton of physical damage, and now that he's got this point booster up, we see that he's going for Ags, but he's also relatively tanky, has enough mana to work with. I really like the Ags pickup here, though, because with Vino being such a squishy hero on the team, you need to just grab as many heroes as you can in a disable, and let Vino sit outside the chrono and kind of have a day at the pool, you know?
Yeah. It also helps him, of course, being able to spam those chronos a little bit more liberally, as it's only on a 60-second cooldown with an Aghanim Scepter, I believe, unless they change that.
It
yeah,
is.
It's still 60. They up the
they lowered the duration a little bit. Or fixed the duration to what it's supposed to be. It used to be considered an aura, so it actually had half a second
Ice
extra.
blink away.
Oh,
Shoot.
nice.
He was up here and they kind of blink past each other.
Yeah, and Venomancer's not an easy hero to chase down if he's got wards out. And actually, they'll jump on your boy JC. Coil gonna interrupt his TP. He's going ahead and buying out his headdress because he knows he's pretty dead right now as ADR comes in. Puck secures the kill. That'll finish off. He's got his blink, so he can work on a Dagon now. He can work on a Yule's now. Whatever he wants at this point. I wouldn't exactly frown on a Dagon at the moment against Jakiro and Skywrath. It'd be very good. And we lost Dragondrop completely. Let me try to call him back here.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Are you with me?
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay, yes, the call just dropped or something.
Got disconnected as well, but I'm back in the game. It's all good.
Radiant structures.
No huge deal here. It's 12 to 10 on the side of Pain in the lead. We've got a gold and XP advantage for them, but I'm not going to let that clutter up your screen at the moment, guys. Net worth sitting in favor of the Faceless Void, who's about at 10k. Razor sitting at about 9k, and then on downward from there. Of course, Venomancer also sitting above the Razor. Sorry about that.
Yeah, and Root's gotta be feeling the pressure right now. I mean, they are running an axe, and they aren't finding a whole lot of openings here. Sure, they've got a couple of kills, but not as much as you really want to.
Yeah, it's almost like Pain is conducting one of those science experiments where you just have people sit in a room and you just turn the temperature up 1 degree, and one more degree, and one more degree. Just with every tower they take down, there is less map control for Root to work with, and more freedom for Pain to get ADR farmed. And it really is this 4 protect 1 strat. I mean, Puck and Venomancer don't really scale into the late game. So rather than the somewhat greedy, but somewhat not that great tri-core of the last game that didn't work out so well because the cores were rather weak, to be honest. They're going to go with this, and actually Sono going to get dunked on. There was a Skywrath Mage ult used there, and it is level 1, so it's going to be down for almost a minute. There's an Axe up on Razor, and they are looking to counter push with this, I imagine. I don't like it before BKB, though, at the moment. There's just so much disable on the side of the Pain. Pain. The side of the Pain. Yes, let's just
on the other hand, I mean,
everywhere.
the really strongest AOL that is on the Faceless Void he doesn't really care about BKB.
Yeah.
And if he chronos a Razor, then it's not going to do anything to help you at this point.
Yeah, and
Even
if Razor
though
can get his ult off during Chrono, it'll still deal damage. So having that Axe Scepter will actually help him deal more damage during the Void Chrono, as opposed to building something that'll allow you to deal the same amount of damage during a Void Chrono. So
yeah, once again, Pain turning up the heater to yet another degree. Yeah,
does it go up to 11 Dragondrop? Do you think?
Let's see about that. But yeah, they're just putting the wards down here on the Venomancer. Sono is throwing on his spells, and ADR with the Aegis can just be in the front lines hitting the tower. It's down to half health just like that. And Root can't find an easy engagement angle here.
Yeah.
Kind of have to find a good blink call, but if Faceless Void is the only one that's really in reach, it's not the target that you want to go on.
And this is kind of one of those classic moves from Pain Gaming and many other teams, where they'll just like, okay, one hero go forward, tickle the tower a little bit. Oh no, they're coming, blink away, time walk away, whatever. Okay, next guy, come on forward, tickle the tower a little bit. It's just kind of really slow siege, but very effective. Zeus ult will be thrown out. They do not get a stomp off on much. Those creeps, though, do get hit by that.
Yeah, right now Root is also feeling a little bit too scared. I mean, they're all farming the same lane. Whereas we've got ADR up here in the top. Then Grant is farming the jungle. Sona's waiting in the mid lane.
Okay.
So
here's what they're waiting for, though. This is why they let the Aegis expire on ADR as well, which I'm kind of surprised they let that happen, but they couldn't force a fight out of Root because, honestly, they just have too good team fight at the moment. Void does have his Ags now. He'll be TPing back into the mid lane, and Vino actually going bot to try and split push here with his Boots of Travel that he picked up a little while ago. Does have a point booster up as well.
A lot of more mobility on this Venomator now. Thought it was hard to catch with the Blink Dagger. Yeah, it's also pretty fast now with the boots. Doing 385 movement speed. Oh, middle lane.
Oh, but there's a Chrono. It actually doesn't catch the Zeus in it. And they managed to take down Void, which is a pretty big kill for the side of Root Gaming. There'll be a coil out from Puck. They're looking to engage here. There's a Battle Hunger out on the Elder Titan, who does have his Ghouls up now. And I think losing the Void is more than enough for Pain. They just don't want to fight this now. They're a little scared.
Yeah. Even the Chronosphere expanded, and
yeah.
I don't know why, but Razor didn't take any damage there.
Mainly because Zeus managed to force him out. They will grab Sono, though. Blade Mail, and he's forced to attack. They'll take him down. And Pain starting to get a good fight here. If they can find another pickoff or two, they may be able to actually win a clean fight and get away with nothing. But instead, they go for the tower. I think that's the safe decision here, especially with Void up in 20 seconds. I'd say get back right now because this Chrono is up in 5 seconds. Yeah. That's the other thing. He can afford to get a not-so-great Chrono because he's got another one almost instantly.
Very good move here from Root. I mean, taking what they can get. Getting a little bit of a lucky break there with the Chronosphere that somehow didn't do a whole lot.
And then
Razor surviving means that if you survive a fight, especially with the axe on the Razor, with that, it essentially means that you can get a free tower.
Vino, though, this is the problem I have with him. In the late game, he doesn't offer what I would say is counter push potential. Puck, on the other hand, does, and you're going to think, well, Revo, that's crazy. Puck has an AoE nuke that actually does instant damage, not damage over time. It actually, like, once it hits something, that's going to take a huge chunk of damage or be dead, pretty much.
Yep.
Vino can set up his wards all he wants, but the more damage they get on these heroes on the side of Root, the easier it's going to be to kill off those Plague Wards, and the easier it's going to be to push towers in there, and eventually King RD is just a money bag for them. Just don't even kill him, he's popping out more Plague Wards.
Well, you still want to kill him, right? Because he's worth more than a Plague Ward. Who would have thought? But yeah, I get where you're coming from. He's not going to provide nearly as much in late game as he is now. Because even this item build is gonna... I mean, Blink and Boots of Travel always going to be useful. Midas, we talked about, it doesn't really do a whole lot for him stats-wise. Mechanism is also going to fall off, just in terms of his healing power. Still a great, yeah, relatively good item just to tank up a little bit with the +5 to attributes and the HP regen. But nothing to write home about if the game is 50 minutes or more.
Yeah. Pain still, though, in the lead by a little bit in terms of gold. Only about 600-700 maybe. 1,000 XP in favor of Root Gaming now. Now that they've taken down Faceless Void, he actually drops from his top spot and sits below the Razor at position number 3. Chicken MC smoked up here. They're not going to spot him out, but they will find Sono with a blink call from Axe. Zeus ult used as well. There's a Yule's up from Sono, but it's just going to buy some time. As the rest of the team, they are trying to come in here. They're going to decide it's not worth it. But I think it's pretty worth it for Root Gaming right now. Baga left behind for the moment here. He's trying to get away. Will there be enough here? The Big Bad Bird not going to engage in. Doesn't have a Blink Dagger, actually. Instead has gone with the Blade Mail and the Sange. And it looks like they're going to get away with only the Elder Titan. But hold on to your rares, boys, because Root Gaming are starting to make a bit of a comeback here. That last kill got them back up in terms of net worth, back up in terms of gold. A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit curious as to why Pain didn't counter initiate there. Faceless Void did have a Chronosphere available. Maybe he felt that he maybe was a little bit flustered because of that. The last time we went in with the Chrono, was worried that he just would feed another kill, and yeah, I would agree. I mean, the Elder Titan aura is a big deal. Actually, you don't often see it in action. It's only level 2 actually, so it's also an interesting build from the Elder Titan, all things considered. Yeah, anyway, without that available, you don't necessarily want to take a fight if you don't have to. And they didn't have to. I mean, they didn't get any secondary objectives out of this. No Roshan, no tower, as the creep wave wasn't quite close enough.
Yep. And there's the Zeus ult, scouting them out a bit here.
It's kind of the best way to use it right now, I would say.
They
I'm
are
sure
doing
it's some good burst damage, but it's the scouting intel is just so much more important.
Yeah, they're gonna know that Pain are doing the Roche Pit dance, if you will.
Yeah. Now they'll find Venomonster here. They know he's there. Can they? Oh, your boy JC being blocked by the creeps. If you could have walked another step right out here to the lane, then you could have blinked the rest of the way and get a call off. Grab King RD. But yeah, both teams just slowing down a little bit, just waiting for an opportunity to strike, to grab another kill, and then feel a little bit safer moving forward. Because yeah, looking at the graphs, gold graph right smack dab at the 0 line. Experience not so much, Root taking the advantage there.
But it is only a 2k advantage, and for 31 minutes into the game, this is actually still a very close game. 3k max advantage in terms of gold, 2.5k max advantage in terms of XP. I mean, it's pretty close.
Leading command actually not going for Blink Dagger at all. I mean, getting the Blade Mail first is alright, especially since you do already have the initiation from the Axe. Speaking of Axe, King RD is kind of trying to bring him down here. I'm quite sure if that's the best idea.
Yeah, and actually King RD, he tried to go invis, didn't quite get it off, as the call from Axe will bring him out of that. And Razor actually bringing him down. There was a dunk there from Axe that didn't quite get the kill, so
yeah, the stick charges kind of. Oh, was it stick charges? No. The mechanism charge from Venomonster kind of screwed over his math there a little bit. Didn't expect that to come out at the last second, so at least he put it on cooldown, but not a big deal. Also, he's not leveling it up, interestingly enough. Still a level 1 Culling Blade. I mean, you see other players just go for an Aghanim Scepter on Axe as quickly as they can because they can't hit their dunks for life. But he's just leaving it at level 1, saying, alright, I can hit those, no problem. The only reason he didn't get it was because of the Mac, as mentioned, so.
Yep. And Axe will be on his way to Shiva's Guard very quickly here. He's actually got the courier hanging out at the moment. BKB up on Razor, of course, and Puck going for the Axe Scepter. It'll counteract these BKBs very nicely, or this BKB, rather. And it's a great stats item for Puck as well. You definitely need to tank up against Zeus, I think no matter who you are. Except maybe like Lifestealer if you can predict it well. And actually, Big Bad Bird, he'll get the Blade Mail off. ADR doesn't seem to mind, though, as he'll just jump in here. He's trying to get those bashes. He'll actually find it. Vengeful Spirit stealing the kill, but a kill is a kill in the end here. Your boy JC, though, comes in. He's going to get bashed up pretty quickly. And ult out onto ADR from the Zeus, actually onto everyone. And actually Puck with the coil, he'll try to keep them in line there. Grint dropping low, 35 HP for him. He'll phase shift and blink away. The Zeus ult being down means that they can't get him. They'll find Elder Titan up on the top lane, just a solo kill from the Razor. King RD, he doesn't appear to have been able to do much against that, but overall a pretty good fight for Pain. A 1-for-1 trade. A couple ults used though, and Root are actually going to get a tower off of it. Ugh.
Yeah, really good swap from Baga there though. 10 Puck surviving there as well, just by the skin of his teeth. Pretty lucky there, but a lot of good play behind it as well. So they do lose the tower, but it was low health anyway, so no reason to expect that to stay up for a long time anyway.
Yeah, they're actually getting out-pushed even with the Veno on the team, and I feel like that's his primary role picked here. Part of it's for team fight as well, but mostly it's for the push that comes out of those Plague Wards. The massive amounts of damage that just come out from that ult when the enemy team doesn't have a pipe. However, with that pipe up, your boy JC actually also has an AC. So your boy's AC is going to be able to do a lot of extra damage. He actually only has level 1 Coaling Blade as well. I just noticed.
Yeah, just talked about that like a minute ago. Thank
Sorry,
you for listening.
my bad.
But yeah, that AC is going to be great. Opens up Razor to get a Shiva's Guard instead. So he's going to tank up, get some AoE slow, and then of course the Mime's arm is synergizing so nicely with Axe himself, and the Razor and the Legion Commander as well. So.
And ADR going to actually come in here. He'll get a Chrono off on Ink, and this is the target they need to bring down. Unfortunately, though, Ink just bought out that Shiva's Guard. He'll go down, but he won't lose pretty much any gold there. Venomancer actually getting the kill, which is a little counterproductive for Pain at the moment. I feel like ADR needs these kills, mostly. And I'm really hoping ADR is going for a BKB at this point. He definitely needs it, just judging by the sheer damage coming out from Zeus and Skywrath. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, though, there was an Earth Splitter thrown off by Elder Titan, I believe, just to kind of disengage there. I only caught the tail end of it, so I couldn't tell.
Who knows? No, Scouting Note comes out, and if anything, this is super annoying as well. Just losing health every 85 seconds or whatever it is, every 9 seconds.
Yep, Sono getting dunked on right now. Your boy JC on a killing spree now. This is what I'm talking about. You can't count out this guy's Axe. He's basically played a 4-ish position Axe that's working on a Scepter now. And has an AC, a Pipe, and a Blink at 36 minutes. That is pretty unreal when you look at the other 4-position hero and be like, oh, well, Vengeful has a 4-staff. Got Elder Titan with Yule's. Not even comparable, honestly.
Yep.
Radiant's top tower.
One thing that I'm missing on Root, though, is still the Blink Dagger on Legion Commander. I mean, he went for the Halberd, is now saving up for it, I would assume. I mean, if he had that, he could have blinked down on King RD and maybe gotten another kill on a Venomancer, and then he could start stacking up those.
Veno, you gotta blink away. He's not gonna get it off. He'll get silenced. He'll get bursted down. The silence and the veil coming out right now, and that is a lot of damage. They need a BKB up on multiple heroes, not just one at this point. Veno does have 2,500 gold, but it's not quite enough. He's still gonna be about 1,300 short of the BKB, if I'm mathing correctly. ADR, they're gonna find a Chronosphere on Ink in the middle lane. And space was created by Veno's death. That smoke gank gonna cost him a hard carry, as 73 seconds down on the Razor is not even close to the brief 40 seconds on the Veno, but that's a refresher for Zeus as well. So, literally double damage on the ult. That is 1280 before magic resist, of course. But ADR actually going to go on in mid lane. He'll get silenced up. He'll actually get disarmed and dunked on. He does have a blink, however. Sono going to get dunked as well. Your boy JC with a double kill to add to his mega kill streak. You're not going to find easy kickoffs.
Yeah. Really great counter initiation there. The Halberd paying dividends.
Yeah.
So the thing is, I mean, it's really good that he finally got a duel off as well. I mean, they could have easily gotten duel up on the Venomancer if they just held off on a big burst, big magic burst, amplified by the Scarab Mage. Up there, getting King RD in the jungle.
We've got your two tanky heroes also going after the Roche Pit, and I don't think there's much Pain can do about it. Nor do they know.
Without the Void Chrono, they are lacking so much in the damage department. And sure, the Venomancer is the next high, or it's actually the highest farmed hero on the side of Pain, but as the pipe is just negating so much of his damage, and even then, it's not like it's burst damage. It's damage over time that can help you out in a long team fight. But if he goes in there, they're just gonna turn around and just smack him in the face and be done with him. There we go.
Will be a TPN on the Spear from King RD. He's gonna get the ult off on 2, as well as Roche. He goes down, and they don't pick up the Aegis just yet. Axe will pick it up finally. And they actually do get the kill on Roche. Their whole team up right now. Baga on the run. Great, able to blink away.
Almost.
A big play coming out from Pain. They just mistimed it a tiny bit. And actually one ult, I believe the other ult was already spent, yes. Not going to be enough, though.
Yeah. Didn't I say King RD would just be turned around and killed if you went in there?
Yeah. And that's basically what happened.
Yeah, granted, the Big Bad Bird almost died there. Thanks to the Earth Split from Elder Titan as well, but...
It just wasn't enough damage, and the rest of Pang's heroes weren't in position for follow-up. I feel like Persona was saying, go, go, we'll follow up. Just kidding. The other problem is the Elder Titan Stomp and the Veno damage over time doesn't exactly synergize the best, in my opinion. Because damage over time will wake you up from your sleep. If I'm not 100% mistaken, that's exactly what happened.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
So they get a free Roshan, free King RD on top of that, as well as a tower, so... Great position for Root to be in right now, and... Still no Blink Dagger for Legion Commander, so at this point he's
I don't think we're going for it, honestly.
Does get the Vlads instead, so that's another item that's actually pretty good. Every team should have that in late game.
The problem is that it doesn't stack with the Axe's armor aura, so they're gonna get the Assault Cuirass aura, or does it? I believe that was changed in a patch.
Well, it definitely says that they're on the effect of
It's a different one.
But
okay, yeah. My apologies, then.
I think it's like that's the health regen aura from the mechanism.
Okay, this is
from Headdress don't stack.
The siege is coming in from your Root Gaming team right now. The mid tower taking a lot of hits. It'll take a lot of damage. The glyph helps it stand for a little while, but it looks like they're going to take it. ADR comes in, 2-man Chronosphere. Can he get it off? There's going to be a Veno ult as well, but ADR, he gets disarmed. He's going to be backing right now. Doesn't have his BKB available. Does have buyback, however. There's a coil off from Puck. Only hits one. Grintax sees Silent Step, who will be able to purge that off with the Yule Scepter and Phase Shift out of here, as well as Blink Away. A snap off on Ink, and he'll actually go down to King RD. 3 heroes on the ground here. Your boy JC will get back up thanks to his Aegis. They only lost the Venomancer, and actually Pain starting to get a good fight here. There's TPs coming in, and your boy JC has to run pretty fast because he does not have a TP out. And Grint is going to chase.
And they really chase it though, with ADR here, absolutely, but yeah, he's done for. Unfortunate.
Yep, but an Aegis did secure a tier 3 tower. I think it's a good use of it, but it's not huge in my opinion.
Yep. And that's the power of the Venomancer ultimate in these kind of longer team fights. It did pick off both Razor as well as Legion Commander. So if the fights go that long, then you kind of have to have enough tankiness to deal with that, or just get the hell out. I think they really wanted to fight in turn, especially with the double ultimate from Zeus, with the Aegis as well, wanting to look for more kills on the Axe, maybe another duel on Legion Commander, but they weren't able to because Axe was kited so well. And then by the time they called the retreat, the Venomancer ultimate already did all of its damage. So now they're gonna counter push. X does not apply back, will be back in 20 seconds though on the Sweep Wave, yeah. That's something that they do have quite a lot of. I mean, they can get rid of Creep Waves extremely quickly.
Yeah.
But yeah, Pain is just gonna take this opportunity to take another breather, farm up, occupy the enemy jungle, while Root is a little bit locked in the base while Axe is not available. Who's still one of the most farmed heroes, so one of the tankiest heroes as well. I mean, Razor is technically 2,000 gold ahead, and he does have a lot of armor actually, sitting at 23 right now.
30.
32. That way around, okay, sorry about that. But it doesn't have too much health to play with.
The problem is that Razor doesn't have a ton of right-click damage unless he gets a really good drain off in the beginning of the fight. Now, of course, he does have his ult to deal damage with, and they're able to push with that. And I feel like push is a big part of the game at the moment. However, if you're dead because of Faceless Void can push just fine because he doesn't have to worry about you fighting him. You know?
Yeah. Also want to redact my statement. Actually, Razor's also the tankiest hero on the field for Root. But
over the Axe?
As you said, he does. Now Axe is actually less tanky, less health points,
I see it now,
armor. So I don't know where I was coming from there, but yeah, it's as you said, he doesn't do a whole lot of damage on his own. And he doesn't have a whole lot of lockdown either, so that's what they rely on the axe for.
Yeah, I still want to see the BKB come up on ADR. He is saving for buyback, which I think is very important at the moment. They actually are looking for Baga. They're not going to find him, though. They will get a D-ward off.
Yeah. Maybe your boy JC could have guessed that someone was high ground, but didn't want to go for it.
Oh, no, and they place it down, and they already know there's a ward there. They're already pinging it out. Yeah, somebody is pointing out in chat as well. The Axe level 2 ult can be a mana issue. It goes up to 180 mana, and level 1 is just 60, level 2 is just 120. With Axe's relatively low mana pool, I mean, he's got a lot of brawn, not a lot of brain. It's not the worst decision.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. Haven't considered that.
Yep. Sorry about my phone apparently going off in the background. Don't have time to fix that right now.
Hashtag production value.
Oh, yes.
Is just spamming out the wall, so you will see what's going on. Probably not get caught out. No Pain just taking advantage of the situation here. Root, once again, a little bit too defensive. And, whereas Pain's just farming all over the map.
Pain wants to engage now. My question is, did they look right then and see the BKB? They didn't ping him out. King RD, though, in a bit of a tight spot. 3 seconds still on his blink. He's going to be dying here. There's no way out for him. But in the meantime, ADR is sitting up top. There's still a buyback up on King RD, as well as Boots of Travel. So if he does need to get into one of these fights, he's not going to have any trouble doing it.
Yep. So Root, the first one to find the opening here.
I'm really wondering if Root looked at King RD's inventory when they ulted like that.
Oh, there's also Shiva's up now. Okay.
Yeah, and actually ADR going to come in here. He needs to get that BKB off. Or does he? There's nobody coming. Big Bad Bird is going to go down alone. My apologies there. He needs the BKB because Legion's trapped in a chrono and the rest of the team is on the other side of the map. It'll protect him from freaks of nature or something.
It's all good. It's all good. But yeah, that gold advantage for Root that they've managed to build themselves up prior to that tier 3 push, all but cut in half in the last couple of minutes. Same goes for the experience. So you can understand why Root's a little bit more defensive right now.
Yeah. Take a look at the net worth. It's still only about a 3k advantage for Root. About 3k in terms of XP as well. Painter holding on here. It's a very tense situation though, but again, the later we get into this game, the better ADR's hero is looking opposed to the enemies. Now, if he gets caught out, that's completely negated, pretty much. But in the late game, I really think Void can potentially 1v5 the team.
Yeah.
With the right items, of course.
I would really like to see a sacrifice on one of Root's heroes. But
they're going to need it, yeah.
Has the money for it.
Zeus going for the Scepter now. I apologize because earlier I said it was 1280 damage. It won't be that until he actually gets his Scepter, which... Okay, that's just the point booster. It's not the Scepter done yet. Do use the Zeus ult. And they're going to say, hey, look, they're not at Roche. But both teams know Roche is up. And I think this is going to be the focal point of the next fight. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I think both teams kind of want to have that extra bit of security to go in. Because even though the Void is farmed as hell, if he's jumping in a bad situation, then he can still die. I mean, as I said, there's still
Sono? He'll actually get the Eels off, though. And they want to engage here. ADR is actually going to come in. He gets the ult off. He needs to BKB. He will, actually. And he's getting drained up. A Chicken MC. He's going to go down before the fight even starts. ADR coming through. He'll find your boy JC. He's dropping low, though. Nice swap from Baga. ADR doesn't even want it. He'll get mech'd up from King RD. And they're going to retreat right now. Baga looking to go down. He will actually fall to the Legion Commander, who does win her duel, but actually gets a negative damage aura with it. So Grint XD actually getting hit by a lot of damage. Will manage to escape here. Nice drawn out to the orb. And that's a very good thing because he does hold the team's gym. Big Bad Bird getting slowed down. KRD gonna have to blink away right now. Grint on the ropes of death here. And meanwhile, Sono, he's going to get a stomp off on your boy JC, and faces Void coming back in to secure the kill. He doesn't have a BKB though. He does get disarmed, and Grindax C is going to be forced to phase shift out of here. ADR not looking too eager to fight at the moment. It's a 2v2 matchup here, and King RD on the run faces Void like, you're out. I'm out of here, buddy. I can't really fight it at the moment. But he's got a Chrono now, and he'll drop it on 2. The Venerable has just come off cooldown, but he doesn't have enough mana, and ADR is just not doing enough damage at this point. He's going to get away here, it looks like. King RD, he's just going to TP out before he gets bursted down by these heroes. And overall a 3-for-3 trade, but I will say this probably benefits Pain at the moment since they are sitting on the bottom end of the net worth.
It's kind of crazy that oh god.
The courier almost got killed by a plague ward trying to pick up the gem.
Each courier got 1 gem now, so
that was a close one.
That was such a crazy fight. Took long enough for the Chronosphere to come off cooldown, so more than a minute long. Then Razor got kited like hell, Axe got kited like hell. They still managed to make it a 3-for-3 trade, with Pain being the favorites there coming out.
Definitely. And ADR, he got 2 great Chronos off there. He's actually got 4K in the bank right now. Keep in mind, he still has a buyback available at 1,700. What is he going to build now, though, Dragondrop? What's your dream item for him at the moment?
ADR? Oh, who? ADR, you mean? Or
yes,
what?
yes. Sorry.
Yeah,
I thought you were thinking. My bad.
Yeah, Boots of Travels. You can always go for that. So you can toss a TP scroll, have space for an Aegis. At some point you can also toss the Mask of Madness. So, I'd like to see a Butterfly here. Just be able to deal with the Razor a little bit better. If he does get to right-click him with a lot of damage stolen. Wouldn't go amiss. Don't think Razor will get to an MKB anytime soon in this game.
I don't think he's even focused on it. He did pick up a heart, though, and has 2,600 in the bank, so we may have spoken too soon on that. Puck, though, now has a Hex, and this is where things are going to get pretty big for Pain Gaming. It's a bit of a late Hex, I'll be honest, and ADR is actually looking for your boy JC on the top lane. He'll come in, he'll throw down the Chrono. There's no response from Root Gaming's team right now, and your boy JC is going to be on the deck sooner or later. He'll fall. The gem's on the ground, but they don't even have time to pick it up because they know this enemy team is coming in. In fact, Root have 2 smoked up right now, but ADR finding some pickoffs up to 5.4k gold now. And we'll see what he spends it on in a few minutes here. Instead, he's just going to head back to base and then walk away from base.
Funnily enough, he's still below King ID in terms of net worth. It's kind of crazy if you think about it. But yeah, what was I gonna say? Yeah, it's kind of crazy how fast he actually hits with the Mask of Madness and the Majorna.
Yeah. And they're going to take a Roche right now. I believe those are going to be Boots of Travel coming out to him. He's missing... Oh, no, it's actually an MKB, it looks like, for Faceless Void.
Okay.
Are Pain going all in?
Well, as long as he holds on to buyback and gets an Aegis.
You know what? I see what he's doing here. Wait. No, I don't. They're going all in. They're about to buy out an MKB right now.
Okay.
Sorry, you had to hear that Dragondrop. Make sure and mute the stream for it.
Okay, yeah, Venomon's actually got the Aegis, which is actually kind of nice, I would say.
Since generally he's been going into the fight and popping his ult and being like, well, that's it. See ya.
Yeah. So that'll at least make sure that he can get the ultimate off and also the mech and the Shiva's Guard. So picking him off will not save you from that. On the other hand, if he does get it off anyway...
Stomp out on Bird. They'll force staff him back. There is an Earth Splitter coming out. It'll hit him pretty hard, but not doing a ton of damage. More just a scouting and preventing them from stopping them taking this tower engagement, if you can even call it that.
So the thing is, if Venomonster gets the spells off anyway and then respawns, and he's not gonna be able to provide a whole lot.
He's going Refresher. In fact, he has Refresher. He doesn't have buyback with it at the moment. Not in reliable gold anyway, but he probably would have buyback anyway, especially if he's got the Aegis, and he's probably taking somebody down with him. And he definitely has the mana to do this. So, you see it come out.
A little bit hard to pull off, I would say. But yeah, if you get two green coats of paint on the side of Root, then you can pretty much solo kill Skyrap and Zeus. I mean, it's gonna take a while, and it's really hard to get. But yeah. Or you can just make sure that you always have that ultimate available. It's also quite useful. Even though it's only 60-second cooldown now.
Yeah, still no blink on Legion. She's going for the BKB. I think that's going to be necessary at this point.
What? Blink on Legion?
No blink. Oh, yes, there is a blink. Wow. I must have blinked and missed it. Ha ha ha, no.
No comment.
Idiot caster, report please. Anyways, Venomancer's still going for Refresher. The problem is he can't hold it right now.
Yeah, he's gonna get it once the Aegis expires. Then you can just buy back, teleport back into the fight, get a second ultimate off. I think that's a plan he has for that. That's the most reasonable.
I'd drop the mech in favor of the Refresher right now. I honestly think it would be better. The mech is going to negate half a Zeus ult at this point. Sure, it'll do something, but I feel like a Refresher is a much better item choice at the moment if you have the slot. And if you drop the mech, you have the slot.
Yep. Let's see what he decides to do. So ADR actually claiming the top of the net worth chart here, barely in front of Razor.
Yeah, and he's got buyback.
Exactly 1 or 2 gold coins, like, in fact.
Yeah, Axe, though, getting jumped on. Your boy JC gets hexed up. There is a move in from Legion Commander. She doesn't get the disarm off, or she possibly did get the disarm off, and then it got BKB'd off. Oh, wasn't even used. I like that. They baited out the BKB from ADR. And they lose your boy JC, who does have a buyback. Let's actually switch over to buyback status real quick. The only people without buyback are Puck, Legion, Razor, and Skywrath. So, only one without buyback on the Dire, at least. And actually, Puck now has it.
We're getting closer and closer to the points in the game where one single team fight can just decide the entire thing.
Yeah, and once some of these buybacks go down, it's going to be a bit more. There will be a Elder Titan Spirit thrown out. The Big Bad Bird gets hexed up and taken down. That's no disarm this fight. But hold that thought. We do have the Dream is Real, Ink Dota with the Refresher Razor. He's bought out right here. He's not looking for a buyback. He's looking for a win.
Yeah, signs up, but no follow-up damage in time.
The Veil comes out, though.
In now.
He doesn't have the Aegis, keep in mind. That is on the Venomancer. Still, yeah. But nice Earth Splitter actually connects on 3. At the moment, there's a blink in from Big Bad Bird, who somehow found buyback under a rock somewhere, it looks like. And a nice Chrono from Void. He catches 2 in there. JC tries to get the taunt off, won't be able to find it. But ADR isn't enough damage. He'll BKB up. The Skywrath ult comes down. King RD with the ult coming out as well. Your boy JC dropping. That's 3 cores down for Root Gaming. Joik gonna go down as well. Just the Zeus remains. And even the strength of a god cannot stop this. He'll refresh. He'll get a lot of damage off. Elder Titan and Veno go down. But that is a full 5-man wipe for Root Gaming. They're all on the sidelines. All they can do is have Zeus buyback and the rest of them watch in terror as their base begins to fall apart.
Ouch.
That's a great way to sum up that fight. I mean, it just... The pain came in with pain. Yeah. Let me rephrase that. Pain brought the pain.
Yeah.
That's a much better way to put it.
That's pretty much it. I mean, as I said, one team fight. ADR gets to do whatever he pleases, and that's just what's gonna happen. I mean, it didn't help that Root got picked off like twice with a great swap from Baga the second time there on Legion Commander. And yeah, Legion Commander is one of the... I don't want to put the whole game on him by any means, but
it's kind of the
kind of haven't gotten her the focus that she needs as a hero, I feel.
There goes Chicken MC. Chicken is on the grill tonight, boys. And actually, Void's just going to use a Chrono just to grab it. Chicken MC with the horse. That is horse, no space. And this is going to be the last racks. Pain Gaming, once they won that big team fight, it's like you said, we got to the point of the game where one team fight really just says, this game is over, boys. Let's go game 3. And Root Gaming, they're not calling it just yet. Maybe they're looking for one more team fight. It is possible they could come back from this. It's just not very likely. King RD gonna throw out the ult. Big Bad Bird with the Blade Mail up. Void, though, still focused on the mid tower. And at this point, it looks like Root are just gonna try to mess around with the enemy team, son, to have some fun before this game is completely done. But your boy JC's got other plans. Goes in, tries to catch out the Faceless Void. Not gonna be able to do it. Grint escaping on very low HP. Ink, he's gonna pop off the second ult. Now, he'll throw a Plasma Field. Nice phase shift from the puck. Baga limping away right now, but Legion Commander's effigy going down at this point. And ADR, he's gonna time walk away from the fight. Grint, oh, he's gonna walk right back into the fight and man fight. I am a little confused about this, but hey, the Ancient's under attack now. There's Mega Creeps pouring in from the side of Pain Gaming, and GG, well played. Right on time comes out from Root.
Ink finally kills Puck here. He's been trying to kill 3 very low health heroes the entire time, but the Mega Creeps didn't reel down, so he finally gets 2, but yeah.
Pain, though, pulling it late game and really taking it good. And what a game that was. It was kind of boring for a little bit there in the mid game, but the late game Chronos coming out from ADR really showed why he is, I'd say, the best player in Brazil at the moment.
Yeah, he really found, I mean, he's not squeamish about using the Chrono Sphere on a single target. I mean, it's only 60-second cooldown, and if that pick-off just whittles down away at your enemy's resources by forcing buybacks, it just messes with them, just going inch by inch, that's just so worth it. And ADR has shown a really good understanding of that, going for these Chronos, going for these crucial Chronos that ended up winning them the game.
Yeah, and, well, you didn't get to see the gold grab, but it was quite a mountain of comeback there for Pain. Honestly, I didn't like Pain's draft very much. I didn't like Root's either, but they both played really well. We're going to see game number 3, the tiebreak game, coming out in this best of 3. Something we haven't been able to see a lot in the Battle of America here, but I'm very excited about it. Dragondrop, I know you are too, because you get to stay up late, right?
Yay! I'm really glad this game started an hour early. That would have been really bad.
Yeah. It would have been really late for you. Anyways, guys, we will be right back. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm SP Revolution 5, joined by Dragondrop. You can find us at Twitter under those names. Of course, big shout out to all our sponsors. You can see them in the break. They're on the little sidebar there. And enjoy the music while you wait. We'll be right back, guys.